Oh my God. It's extreme. A lot of the situations are very extreme because we're dealing in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with situations that are more extreme than real life. And,
it's a good therapy, I guess, for actors, doing such wide
things. Do you know
things.
what? And perhaps I shouldn't confess right now, but I had a few phobias before I started the second season of True Blood. They've disappeared.
I wonder why.
Interesting.
wow. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Great tell.
And of course, it's not only about sex, guts, and blood, and they are really interesting subjects. Because I know that Alan Ball, and it's about religion, identity, about minority.
Yeah, of course, but I think it's important to not. It can't be on the nose. It can't. You can't play it. It can't be too obvious. You have to entertain them, but good writing will give them, after the hour of entertainment, something hopefully to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's, amidst this landscape of fun and quirkiness and occasionally campiness and pratfalls even occasionally and slapstick. Mm-hmm. What I find the most beautiful thing about the show is that underneath that fabric there lays this beautiful place for social commentary, and that is why it is not mindless entertainment. It is very mindful entertainment.
Yeah, but it's there if you want it. If you want to do a psychoanalytic analysis of the show, you could, or a feminist theory, or a Marxist theory, or looking at vampires as homosexuals, or whatever you want to do. It's there if you want to. But I know for me as an actor, I just love to play the scenes, and I don't often, you don't have room, for me, I don't have room to think about what kind of social thing I'm doing. I'm just kind of play the scenes.
I know that you already acted in TV shows, but for you, Rutina, it's your first.
Yeah.
What did you learn, because as an actress?
For me, coming right out of school and being able to get a show like this is it's humbling. It's been an amazing experience, and it's very different from the theater. It's sort of, I think everything on television and film is a lot smaller. It took me a minute because I was really big, but Alan sort of loves that. Like, I love that he doesn't really, he lets you play. He doesn't, pull you back unless you need to be, but I was able to use my voice. Like, I didn't have to talk like this, I didn't have to be really quiet. And I was surprised about that because I thought that on the camera, everything had to be small. Yeah. But that's not necessarily true on our show because it's such a big, what's the word? It's just such a big genre.
So, who's good date around here?
The first episode of season 2 picks up right at the moment season 1 ends.
That ain't mine, I swear.
In the course of season 2, everything kicks in and goes a little bit deeper.
No, you sweet thing. It's not your money I want.
Jason will come face to face with his irrational hatred of vampires. It's scarier, it's funnier.
I'm gonna have a guest coming over.
Can we eat her?
You may not.
It's weirder, it's more adventurous, it's sexier, it's more romantic.
I refuse to apologize for what you have awakened in me.
All I can tell you is that it's very surprising.
Please don't kill them.
This is your fault. These are my people. This is my town.
Some actors are very good at the first scenes. Some actors have to wait,
Yes,
true,
true.
So,
True.
Do you feel you have kind of a certain same way of acting?
Well, to me, it depends on the circumstances, what kind of scene it is. I would say 95% of the times it's easy to play and laugh in between takes, but sometimes or I need to focus and spend some time on my own and then go into the scene. It is, to each his own. Whatever you need to get what out of yourself, whatever you need for the scene. I think it's different, but in general, it's very playful, and we're having a great time together.
I found that to be, in this company, in this family, a very easy thing to navigate. You take the temperature of any actor who's in front of you. And sometimes it can be contentious and difficult, but I've never found that to be so on this show.
What is the most difficult? Because everybody would expect you to answer maybe the sex scenes or love scenes, but there is also an emotional material.
We'll talk about The Exorcism. That was very difficult for me. it's when you have to go to that deep, dark place in yourself. And Tara goes to a lot of deep, dark places. And I just sort of, I have to go there in order for the audience to believe it. There's some stuff coming up in this second season that is pretty intense for me. And it took me a while to sort of get it off of me. Like, it took a couple months for me to let Tara go. Because once I delve in, like, I'm in. Like, once I'm tied up, no pun intended, I'm tied up. So it's challenging, but it's also, that's the Hamlets. That's like, you know, for me, that's the meaty work that I love to do. You know, and so I enjoy it all.
Well, I agree. I think the most difficult scenes are the emotional scenes, where you definitely, when you have to dig deep within, and because a sex scene or a nude, I mean, it's very easy to take off your clothes. It's not that hard.
He's Swedish.
It takes 5 seconds.
Yeah, and,
you know,
and you're handsome and pretty girl, so it's easier.
It's very easy. Not very complicated at all.
I actually find it like a Swede to a nude scene. I find it quite easy to do the more dark and emotional scenes. For me, it was actually terrifying to be free and happy and to dance and have that liberation. That actually, I felt like I was going to pass out at one point when I was having to dance with Chris Bauer. Chris Bauer pretty much put me together before I went out there.
Past closing time, still be going strong when the sun starts to shine. We can shoot at the stars and howl at the moon.
And oddly, that was the thing that terrified me the most. And the deep, dark stuff, cakewalk. Child's play, I say. Death, murder, mayhem, no issues. Dead children, no issues for me. I'd done a project before that had a lot to do with sorrow and guilt and dead children, and honestly, it was easy as can be. The freedom, the liberation, the dancing, I was in a panic.
And for you, Sam?
For me, the toughest thing was pretending that it was warm when it was freezing. And I was in a short-sleeved shirt, which happened a lot. A lot. We're actually in a canyon, and we're in California, so you'd think it would be warm, but it was... I got in my car at the end of the night, you know, because we shot until dawn, and it was like 34 degrees, and everybody's naked, and, you know... And it was literally like survival mode, like everybody... You know, there were people coming in with coats at the end, and people were by heaters, and nobody would talk. We were just all like, how are you doing? You doing okay?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Is this water really warm, or are you lying about that, too?
Oh, no. Great. Nothing like a midnight swim to wash away your troubles. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, I think I will.
Me now?
Oh, it's a big lake, Sam. I think there's room for both of us, ain't there?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. Come on in.
Yeah.
So what is the easiest part?
I found those night shoots.
You liked them, didn't you?
I didn't like them, but I liked the
night
bonding.
Yeah, no, the bonding was
learning
great.
things about you.
I like the bonding that happens.